McMurray, Wood Buffalo, followed by Lacombe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, last night the opposition proposed cutting the department that provides Alberta's important transportation infrastructure. One of these proposals was to cut strategic services by $1.7 million. To the Minister of Transportation, will this cut-and-slash approach of the opposition influence the government's commitments to keep transportation infrastructure safe for Albertans?
Honourable Minister of Transportation.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Strategic Service provides information technology and database services. I was shocked, frankly, that the opposition would propose to impair our ability to monitor and repair bridges and roads, threatening the safety of Albertans while they travel around Alberta. Mr. Speaker, this clearly shows the Wildrose opposition's lack of regard for the safety of Albertans, and frankly, the member that made the amendment and the party should be embarrassed for the lack of concern for Albertans.
The honourable member for Fort McMurray Wood Buffalo. Honourable members, please. The member for Fort McMurray Wood Buffalo has the floor. Proceed, honourable member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the same minister, given that the opposition's proposal would also have cut funding to traffic safety services by $1.4 million, can the minister please inform the House if the safety of motorists on our highways will become a lower priority?
Honourable Minister of Transportation.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's unfortunate that the opposition is so ill-informed about the important work that we do on behalf of Albertans, and they continue to hack and slash. Traffic safety services makes sure the vehicles on the roads are safe, Mr. Speaker. They ensure compliance with dangerous goods and make sure that we look after driver's licenses and other important functions. What's clear to me, Mr. Speaker, and ought to be to all Albertans, is that the opposition is prepared to sacrifice the safety of Albertans with an ideologically driven agenda, rather than deal with what's important.
On a point of order at 2:15. Thank you. And honourable members, please. I know it's Thursday and we're all anxious to get home and the snow and the springtime weather, but please, could we allow those asking the questions to be heard, and even more importantly, that we might hear the answers? Please. I'll recognize the member from Fort McMurray Wood Buffalo for your final supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again to the Minister of Transportation. Given that the opposition also wanted to cut the Alberta Transportation Safety Board by $121,000, and given that the Wildrose Party has been asking for due process for those caught violating the .05 legislation, is he still committed to that process?
Honourable Minister of Transportation.
Mr. Speaker, the Wildrose has actually complained and been soft on our impaired driving legislation. They ask for due process, and then they try to cut the very budget that provides the due process that they claim is important. Alberta's Transportation Safety Board not only does this, Mr. Speaker, but they also provide that important channel of appeals for seniors and other medically at-risk Albertans that are in danger of losing their license. They say they care, and then they go to cut off the appeal process. Mr. Speaker, what else is the opposition not telling Albertans about what they do? They're on both sides of almost every issue.